Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate signs a contract for marine surveys to expand its continental shelf borders. The ICRC president arrives in Sana'a, and Yemeni forces attack Houthis in Zanzibar city. And 40 people are killed and hundreds are injured in attacks in Kabul. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Dr. Tony Tan King Yam of Singapore on his country's National Day. The Sultanate signed a contract to conduct marine surveys for the project of expanding its continental shelf. The agreement aimed to prepare a comprehensive file for the completion of procedures to expand the boundaries of the Sultanate's continental shelf as per the Article 76 of the United Nations Agreement 1982 for the Marine Law. The continental shelf is the actual and natural extension of submarine terrace of continental crust inside the seas and oceans. The coastal country, which proved its right, may extend its continental shelf for a maximum total distance of 350 nautical miles measured from the baseline. The Ministry of Civil Service today conducted written examinations and interviews for 39 jobs that were announced for the Governorate of North Baltana. The announcement issued previously included 601 jobs for all governorates of the Sultanate in all ministries and government units, subjected to civil service law and its regulations. The examinations and interviews will continue until the mid of September based on the time plan set. Candidates were examined according to the rules and procedures of Central Employment System used by the ministry electronically. The president of the International Committee of the Red Cross has arrived in Yemen's rebel-held capital, Sana'a, amid its months-long civil war. Peter Martyr's visit, which started today, is set to last until Monday. A Red Cross statement said it is intended to highlight the dire humanitarian situation in the country. The statement added that the Red Cross is concerned about attacks on medical facilities and personnel, saying that 4 Red Cross volunteers have been killed since the conflict began. Military sources said that pro-government forces in Yemen, strengthened by tanks newly supplied by a Saudi-led coalition, launched an offensive day to retake the rebel-held capital of Abyan province. A 2-pronged drive on the southern province's capital of Zanzibar was launched from the north and south. It came 2 days after tribal and military sources said Saudi Arabia, leading an Arab coalition air war on the Iran-backed Houthi rebels, had sent new military equipment, including tanks, to Yemen. Military sources said at least 22 people, mostly returning civilians, have been killed since Thursday by explosions of mines planted by retreating Houthis in Aden and Lahej provinces. A wave of attacks on Afghan army, police and U.S. Special Forces in Kabul killed at least 50 people and wounded hundreds, dimming hopes that the Taliban might be weakened by a leadership struggle after their longtime leader's death. Today, NATO-led coalition forces confirmed that 1 international service member and 8 Afghan contractors were killed in the attack on Camp Integrity, a base used by U.S. Special Forces near the main airport. The blast outside the base was powerful enough to flatten offices inside, wounding occupants who were airlifted by helicopter to military hospitals during the night. Pro-PKK protesters, Kurdistan Workers' Party, took to the streets in the southeastern Turkish city of Cizre yesterday after 3 people were killed and 7 wounded in clashes between police and Kurdish militants in the nearby town of Salopi, close to the Iraqi and Syrian borders. Masked protesters set up security checkpoints on roads and stopped the vehicles asking for ID. Riot police used tear gas to disperse the crowd, who retaliated with petrol bombs. In two other separate incidents in Van and Agri provinces, the militants killed 2 soldiers, bringing the death toll among Turkish security forces since July 20th to at least 21. A powerful typhoon battered Taiwan today with strong wind and torrential rain, cutting power to 3.62 million households as the death toll rose to 6. 4 people were missing and 101 were injured, authorities said. Hundreds of flights were delayed or canceled, and more than 9,900 people were evacuated from their homes. Television footage of trees uprooted and power poles toppled over, a moat being swept into the air by wind, and shipping containers piled on top of each other at a port. The storm made landfall early on the island's east coast countries of Yilan and Hualien, bringing more than 1,000 millimeters of rain in mountainous areas and wind gusting up to 200 knots per hour. Although the eye of Typhoon Sodler passed Taiwan and was heading towards mainland China, rain was expected to lash the island until Sunday morning. Still to come in our news bulletin. The total quantity of fish unloaded by occupational fishing in the Sultanate reached 78,145 tons by the end of last April, with a 12.8% increase. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Ministry of Oil and Gas said the Sultanate's total exports of liquefied natural gas through Oman LNG and Qalhat LNG companies amounted during the first half of the year to 3.8 million metric tons of liquefied gas. The ministry's statistics show that the number of shipments of liquefied natural gas to importers reached 60 shipments, 39 of which belonged to By Oman LNG and 21 to Qalhat LNG. Statistics pointed out that exports of Oman LNG company included liquids of natural gas, with a quantity amounted to more than 116,000 metric tons through 17 shipments. Japan and South Korea are the main importers of Omani liquefied natural gas, in addition to Spain through Qalhat LNG company. The total quantity of fish unloaded by occupational fishing in the Sultanate reached 78,145 tons by the end of April, with a 12.8% increase, compared to the figures recorded during the same period last year that reached 69,284 tons. The total value of fish unloaded by occupational fishing in the Sultanate during the same period reached 62.56 million, with an increase of 1.4% compared to the figures recorded last year, in which the value of unloaded fish reached 61.68 million. The highest quantity of unloaded fish by occupational fishing was recorded in the Governorate of Al-Wusta, with a quantity of 22,323 tons, followed by the governorates of North and South Sharqiya with 21,117 tons. The governorate of Dhofar came third with 13,202 tons, while the governorates of South and North Al-Batna came fourth with 10,354 tons. Salala Kharif Festival is still going on in full swing. Our reporter Abdullah bin Ahmed Rubai takes you around this time to an exhibition, Beit al-Zubair, to admire the spectacular showpieces on display.
Beit al-Zubair participate in Salala Festival 2015 for the second consecutive year exhibiting their curated selection of pieces from the unique Omani heritage collection, along with a panel exhibition about the museum. The exhibition is complemented by a hands-on heritage selection where people can hold, feel, and examine the historical items. The wide range of collections and Omani artifacts displayed goes back to a number of centuries and is considered to be the finest privately owned collections in Oman.
It is great to be here today in these exhibitions. The pictures showed here in these exhibitions are very beautiful, old and new. And apart from the pictures I saw in this exhibition, one is very beautiful utensils. And I hope many to benefit from these exhibitions. And I invite all the Omanis here and expatriates also to visit and enjoy in these exhibitions.
The exhibition also includes some of photographs taken by Mohammed Al-Zubair, named Moments. The pictures displays a wide variety of landscapes and seaside, both inside and outside Oman. Through this exhibition, the photographer wanted to share with the people his experience and enjoyment of the moments, recorded by his camera. In these moments, in different places and times, one can see the combination of the magic of nature, the ability of the Creator Almighty, and what He offered to humanity through arts and technology. The photographer has chosen to present the scenes and moments in a new form using the latest imaging techniques and printing on aluminium plates to make a person that can see them and feel as if we're in front of the moment as it happened. Indeed, this exhibition highlights the rich Omani heritage and the role of Beit Zubair in linking people with their heritage. Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i, Sultanate of Oman Television, for 2015 Salala Festival.
Now for the general weather forecast. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas and the nearby mountains of the Governorate of the Far, with chances of intermittent drizzle. The rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and rainfalls, accompanied by active wind and hail over the Hajan Mountains and the nearby areas. Winds will be southwesterly active along the coast of the Arabian Sea, while it will be southwesterly light to moderate along the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coast of the Arabian Sea will be rough with a maximum wave height of 4 meters. The rest of the coast it will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate signs a contract for sea survey to expand its continental shelf borders. The ICRC president arrives in Sana'a and Yemeni forces attack Houthis in Zanzibar city. And 40 people are killed and hundreds are injured in attacks in Kabul. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.